It's week 4, day 24 of my full-time spinal rehabilitation. Status update. I am sore. I did not sleep well last night. My neck and middle back are bugging me um, quite a bit. And I don't think that's going to change because I hurt myself today. We'll talk about that in a minute. I did go get chiropractic done on my neck, so that feels better. But the side effect of going to chiropractic is now my back hurts even more. So, not good news. I traded one thing for another. Tips today, you have to forgive yourself and learn from your mistakes. I made a mistake today at the chiropractor. I went in to get my neck fixed. And just so you know, kind of my history with chiro works really well on my neck and works really well on my lower back, but not so much my middle. And I had him adjust my neck. He wanted to adjust my lower back, and that was fine. I thought he was still trying to adjust my lower back, and he'd actually moved to try to adjust my middle back with a twisting motion. And when he did it, nothing happened, and I felt a pretty intense strain in my lumbar thoracic region. So that's not a good thing. I'm going to pay for that for the next couple of days. I was kind of mad at myself for not asking more about exactly what he was trying to do. I thought I knew what he was trying to do, but it turned out he was trying to manipulate a part of my body that I didn't realize. So going forward, I'm vowed to be more assertive and ask questions about everything that's being done to me so that I don't have any misinterpretations and don't hurt myself inadvertently. The other tip I have for you is to delay indulging nervous or OCD-like behaviors. So one of the things I struggle with is whenever I do a Facebook post, actually a blog post, and then I post it on Facebook, is I want to check and see if anyone liked it. And I go back and reread my blog post to make sure there are no grammatical errors and spelling errors. It's kind of a little OCD behavior on my part. And I try to delay that now. And so I actually wrote a blog post yesterday. I'll explain what it was about. And I was proud of myself because I didn't go check to see if anyone liked it or review it for any kind of grammatical errors or spelling errors beyond what I did initially until today, until the next day. So the tip is to kind of delay those behaviors and put a little more space and time between feeling them and indulging them. The topic today is related to the blog post I mentioned. It's about turning outward. One of the problems with chronic pain is you turn inward. You become very self-focused, almost narcissistically so. And if you turn inward, you're basically going to create an echo chamber in your own mind. You are going to withdraw from the world and withdraw from the beauty of the world and all the experiences it has to offer, including social relationships and things of that nature. And at one point, I did this quite extensively. I realized I had stopped communicating with friends, didn't really have any friends anymore. So if you are my Facebook friend, thank you for hanging around and hanging in there. I just withdrew from the world. I stopped being outward focused and completely inward focused. And I can just tell you right now, that's misery. It is not good to be too much inside yourself. I've seen even more extreme examples of this recently in my own family, and it's not a good strategy. It only works for a while, and then it doesn't work at all. So my making this channel is actually an example of me trying to be more outward focused. I am trying to share my experience with the world in the hope that it will help someone. And my writing blogs, which I'll talk about in a sec, is also a way that I try to help the world by communicating valuable information that I think it needs or someone in it needs. This is me essentially letting my light shine, even if it's just a little candle, a little flickering flame. This is what I have to offer, and so I'm going to show it. And even if my mother is the only person who subscribes to my YouTube channel and my extended family or a few Facebook friends are the only people reading my blog, I'm actually okay with that now because it's me doing what I can, where I'm at with what I have available to me. And I think that alone in and of itself is fulfilling. So one of the better characteristics that I have is I am pretty empathetic and I care about people naturally, and I want to help them whenever I can. And so I try to indulge that side of myself without going too far, because sometimes I can get lost in helping people and forget to take care of myself, which I'm not going to do because I'm doing full-time spinal rehabilitation. But what I am going to do is take little moments in time when I have them. And if I see a need, I'm going to try to address it. So I was in the sauna, the dry sauna yesterday, and I met a guy and we started talking about ayahuasca. It's a psychedelic from South America that you can take, and it has a lot of healing and therapeutic properties to it. He had a similar experience to mine. We didn't go into too much detail about it, but he mentioned that he had a friend whose wife didn't approve of her husband using ayahuasca for religious reasons. She's LDS, the couple's LDS, as am I, my wife. And so I thought, well, you know what? This sounds a lot like some of what Nora and I have gone through. We had to, figure out, well, are these substances addictive? Are they dangerous? Um, are they consistent with the LDS health code called the Word of Wisdom? Questions like that. And so I thought, you know what? I've thought about this. I've written about it. I could contribute here and maybe do some good. So when I got home, I wrote a blog post answering some of those questions and sharing my own personal experiences with ayahuasca and another psychedelic. And it, I don't know if it'll do any good, but I sent it to this guy. I had him text me, so I had his number. I sent the blog post off to this guy and said, hey, please share this with your friend. I hope it helps him. Will it? I have no idea. But I felt fulfilled in writing it because I could share what I thought was relevant experience and very new experience for me. I just barely discovered psychedelics. And so we've had to wrestle with these same kind of questions and issues in our own marriage, in our own life. And I just thought I could contribute to that conversation for them and maybe help them get past something that's hanging up, causing a sticking point in their relationship. Again, I have no idea if that'll be the case, but it was me turning outward. I was thinking about someone else other than myself. I was trying to help someone other than myself, and frankly, it just felt good. You need to fight for your life, and part of that is fighting to turn outward. With a chronic condition, the inclination is going to be to turn inward, become inward focused and ignore the external world, let friendships wane, not engage with other people because you're just too preoccupied with the problems you have. One of the remedies to that is turning outward and starting to care about others. When you help others, you're gonna, this sounds, cliche, but you will feel a sense of joy and happiness. And honestly, for a little while, you actually forget about your own problems. And I did last night. I wasn't thinking about my spinal rehab. I wasn't thinking about the fact that my back hurts or my neck is hurting. All that kind of just went by the wayside for a while. And it was such a nice vacation from thinking about me. Anyway, if you have any ideas about how to turn outward when struggling with a chronic condition, please leave your comments and ideas in the comment section below. And don't forget to subscribe.